This is something that you might use if it's very dark and you want to see.
Candle.
But it uses batteries.
Torch.
There's another word for it, which consists of two words. The first word, yes.
Great.
Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Taboo is a well-known party game. In this game, I describe a word, and then the other players have to try to guess what word I'm describing. But I'm not allowed to say the word or any components of the word that they are trying to guess. I mean, like if it's rainforest, they're not allowed to say rain, is what I was getting at.
Or
Forest. Today, we're going to see how Jennie adapts this activity for the classroom.
What is she doing? Yes, Andy, she is caring about him, right? If you are always nice, if you are always caring, we say you are a good egg.
Good egg.
Yeah, good egg.
Good egg.
Very good. How many syllables? Good egg. 2. Which one's stronger?
Good.
Do you think she likes attention?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. So she is funny. She likes attention. So we say the life and soul of the party. A moaning Minnie. Can you try? Moaning Minnie. Good. Well done. Andy, choose another one.
Number 4, she is the life and soul of the party.
Excellent. Well done. Well done, Andy. Shirley, another one, please.
Jennie has already pre-taught the vocabulary for her lesson on describing personality, and now she is going through the target vocabulary and checking whether the learners have understood the concepts that she's been teaching. She's also checking their pronunciation as well and doing a little bit of drilling.
We're going to play a game now. I will give you some cards. On the cards are the words we just looked at. Okay? Ludovina, you and me, we're together, okay? Can you take one? Now, Ludovina, she sees the word, I cannot see. She needs to describe the word without saying it, and I guess. Okay? Ludovina, can you try?
Yes, I got it.
Yes, you got it.
No.
Is it a no at all? Well done, Lewis. Very good, very good. Okay.
Usually it's just easier to show and demonstrate how to do something rather than to use a lot of language to tell somebody how to do something. You can actually theatrically hide the words from the students, and that way they can quite visibly see that they're not meant to show the words to their partners. Hello, we hope you are enjoying the video and finding it useful. Did you know that here at English for Asia, we offer free live workshops where you can come along and meet our instructors and fellow professionals in the field? We also have a regular newsletter which contains information about our latest events, activities, and teaching resources. If you would like more information, check the details in the description below. Okay, now let's get back to the video.
Gina and Shirley. Lewis and Pansy, Anadari and Lisa, and Lavender and Ling. Okay? 6 minutes, off you go.
It's a great idea to get the learners to do this game in pairs. Now, traditionally, when it's played as a party game, you would normally have, say, 2 teams competing against each other at the same time. But for the purposes of a language lesson, I think it's actually a good idea that she's got them to do it in pairs because it maximizes the student communication time.
No.
There are some
It's like,
always no.
it's my first time to go to Canada, suppose.
A busy
But I don't need anyone to catch me in the airport. I don't need any mom. I don't need that.
So you can see here that the students are practicing different skills. So it's a kind of concept checking to see if they understood the concept of the vocabulary, but then they're also practicing their speaking and listening skills as well by describing the word to each other and trying to listen to their partners in order to guess what is the correct word.
No, it all is. I know everything.
If the test sound or voice word is
A chatterbox.
No.
You're very smart.
If the person always only
Avoiding very okay. A good day. Good day.
no.
It's also a way for the teacher to see if the learners haven't quite understood yet. And it means that the students have to be really, really clear in their definition because, as you can see in that example, the learner in the end had to show the word to her partner because he wasn't able to guess. So maybe the teacher can make a note of this, and it might mean that she needs to do a little bit of extra explaining about this word's meaning and what context you can use this word in.
But most of the time, they look like.
I think the game aspect as well brings an element of lightheartedness and humor to the proceedings. So if they were merely just doing some kind of matching definition activity, it wouldn't be as communicative and the learners wouldn't be having as much fun. So this is definitely a more engaging way to check that the learners have understood the concepts.
It must be a volleyball.
Yes, well done, Pansy. Well done. So the W and the I with no wit, the T to the A, tall. Very good. No wit all.
And you can also see that there's learning taking place here. So it's not just a game for the game's sake, or it's not just something that's been shoehorned in to kill a few extra minutes at the end of a lesson. You can see that the teacher is monitoring the students' output closely. And when she hears that they're making some error, for example, with the pronunciation, she's actually going up to them and correcting them on the spot.
This one we talked about, right? Which words are stronger? The is strong.
Party.
Ah, very good. So the life and soul of the party. Can you try? Excellent. This is okay. This one, remember the box.
Another really good thing you can see here is that even though Jennie is spending time with a particular pair of students, all of the other students are self-sufficient and they're all getting on with the activity. They're all very focused and engaged in the activity. So as a trainer, these are some of the things that we're looking for in a communicative language lesson. We're looking for the teacher to be able to set up an activity so well that the learners are able to continue the activity by themselves without too much interference from the teacher. Jennie is now doing the activity with the whole class.
Lewis, you choose one and then we will guess what it is.
This one. The person who talk too much.
Well done, Pansy.
So it was a really good idea to actually get them to do it in pairs first before doing it as a whole class activity, because the learners have already built up their confidence in giving the definition. To summarize, Taboo is a really great game to integrate into your vocabulary lessons to help learners consolidate their understanding of the concepts that have been taught. Jennie does really well in this example to get the learners motivated to actually think more in depth about the meaning of the vocabulary that they've been learning, not just to understand superficially what all of these idioms mean, but to be able to explain the idioms to their partner and then as a result be able to guess which idiom the description relates to. If you're going to do the game as a whole class activity, make sure you give the students a chance to practice it in smaller groups or pairs first. And a word of warning, be careful when you're teaching idioms, because sometimes the idioms might not be high frequency. So in this vocabulary lesson, we've got some really great examples of colloquial and idiomatic language that is used in everyday life. So things like chatterbox and life and soul of the party. But maybe some of the more obscure idioms, things like a good egg, would not be used so commonly. It's maybe something your grandma might say. Oh, he's a good egg. So it might also be a good idea to point this out to the students that they might not hear some of the idioms as frequently as others. You could use it with younger kids, with simpler vocabulary. You could use it with teenagers and make it more competitive. So you could actually put the learners into two teams, considering they're already sitting on separate tables. And then you could award points for the team that manages to guess the word first. This activity also doesn't require too much preparation. You could even get the students to create the cards themselves.